Welcome everyone to a new tournament that's happening in Japan, in Tokyo. It's called the WR Women's Chess Tour, and as a part of it, the Asian leg is the first event that's happening, and 8 strong female players are taking part in this, including the Women's World Championship Challenger Vaishali. And she's going to face the player on your screen, Irene Sukandar, a very strong IM from Indonesia. You have other strong players like Katerina Lagno, you have Stefanova, Kostenyuk, Anna Sargisian, Nurman Alua, and also a local player from Japan, Azumi Sakai. And the format of the tournament is that it's a knockout tournament, and there you see Vaishali entering in, and the lamp fell on the board and now it's placed there. And the format is such that you have to play 2 games against each other, and this is the quarterfinals. And after the quarterfinals, we have the semis and the finals. Vaishali and Irene drew their first game. This is the second encounter. The players are ready. Handshake there, and off we go. Vaishali with the white pieces begins with pawn to e4. That's her favorite move. Irene responds with e5. Knight comes out to f3. Knight to c6. And now she plays her bishop to c4. The Italian is on the board, and Irene plays knight to f6. Bishop c5 is also played, and Vaishali goes for the sharp move d4. E takes d4 is the main move, and now e5 is what she plays. Usually black plays d5, and so now if you take the knight, I'll take your bishop. Bishop goes to b5, pinning the knight, and the knight has to jump into the center. Knight e4. This is known as the Scotch Gambit. Vaishali takes the pawn, pinning the knight. Bishop d7 is one of the main moves, but there's also bishop c5, a very nice move, because if you take on c6, I have bishop f2, and this is very good position for black. So bishop e3 played, and now black castles. And Vaishali goes for a very interesting variation, because generally you don't take here. You usually take here with the bishop, but here she takes with the knight, pawn takes, and bishop c5. Irene takes back, knight takes c5, and now Vaishali takes first pawn, attacking the rook. You have to go rook b8, attacking the b2 pawn. Queen takes d5. White is 2 pawns up now. Irene plays an excellent move, queen e7. Now the b2 pawn is hanging. Vaishali quickly castles. You can take on b2 now, getting back one of your pawns. But Irene chooses rook d8, which is also a very nice move. She attacks the queen. The queen comes back, and now rook b2, c2 hanging. Great compensation here. But instead, she takes on e5. And that's not a good move, because now all of a sudden, knight c3, and white is the one who's pressing. The thing is, after knight c3, she goes bishop e6, because if rook b2 now, knight d5 is a surprisingly difficult move to meet with rook d1 and rook e1 coming. So she had to go bishop e6, and now rook a d1. Maybe rook fe1 was the more accurate move, because rook a d1, now rook takes d1 can be taken, and if you take with the rook, you have a very strong move h5 with the idea of bishop g4, and if h3, now rook b2, so that rook d8, there is no mate. So very sharp line. h6 had to be h6 was played by Irene. She misses the moment to play this idea of rook d1 and h5, and now Vaishali is in the driver's seat once again. She plays pawn to b3, taking away the rook takes b2 option, and she is now a pawn up and has a very good position. Irene, well, she did everything right, but that was the nature of the position. You make one mistake and it's difficult. A5, h3 played, and now rook takes d1, rook takes d1, she goes rook b4. Such a sharp position now. You can already think about giving a check. There's already queen e3 attacking and trading queens. Vaishali goes knight to e2. One of the plans could be just simply c4, cutting the pieces off. And Irene, who has only 1 minute 50 seconds on the clock, plays knight e4. And let's see what Vaishali does now. She has c3 as a move possible, kicking the rook away. And then the e4 knight falls. She goes queen e3, pinning the knight. f3 could be on the cards. Bishop f5 with just 1 second on the clock. Oh my goodness. She plays bishop f5. And well, the point is, if you play f3, uh, I guess Irene may want to go queen c5, offering a trade, but queen takes c5. Vaishali is completely winning here. Rook d5, attacking the knight and the bishop, and with this, she'll win a piece and qualify to the semi-finals, beating Irene Sukandar. A good win for Vaishali, and you know in the semi-finals, she'll take on Alexandra Kostenyuk, a tough opponent. But for Vaishali, this is great training for her World Championship match, which will also be in a match format. So this is a good start for her. And congratulations to Vaishali.